Hey there, brothers. Welcome to Comp Beast. I think that's what this one is. But this isn't Saturday Night Wars, but I'm Tim, and we're
Sunday Night
covering
Wars.
Sunday Night Wars. It's WrestleMania, so it's Saturday and Sunday nights.
Mm.
The wars, but we're covering WrestleMania. Drop the four, keep the one.
Oh, fuck you.
Um, yeah, WrestleMania 41, the new era of WrestleMania. Um, it's instead of 2 days, it's 27 days, and they give them as much rice
They're
as they
going in the other
want.
direction.
Yeah, they're gonna like give them all these dumbass advantages, and your votes don't count, and
Everyone
who
gets the
gives
money
you
in the bank. They can
yeah
cash in whenever they'd
everyone can
like.
cash in anytime, and yeah, there you go. So lots of fun. Joining me as always are the tag team, Logan and Dan.
Wow, I didn't know that. Are we the
Yeah, you guys are a
champions?
tag team.
Or are we a
Yeah.
lowly level tag team?
No,
Oh,
we're
you
those
guys are
guys. We're
no,
the
you
guys
guys are
that wrote Whoomp,
jobbers.
there it is.
Yeah, you're jobbers
Oh,
for sure.
shit. What are our moves?
Um, let's see. Logan complains. That's his like final
Uh-huh.
move.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Dan gets mad and complains, and that's his final move.
So we
Okay,
both
but
complain.
the instigator's Logan.
No,
Uh,
each of you could instigate.
And I'm
you
mainly reactive.
you both set up the final moves. That's the thing.
Mhm.
Your difference is you just don't think it's ever your fault.
Mm.
Well, if it was ever my fault, I think I would blame myself. But
Mhm.
He's very
Wait,
reasonable.
it's been my fault once or twice, and I've admitted it.
Once or twice that you admitted it. Yeah. Okay. And as always, I'm here to be the ref. I'll count slow.
You're the
and
undisputed
fast.
WWE
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
Timothy
I
James
am.
Ahlin.
There
Yeah.
we
Lil,
go. Hey.
Lil, shut up.
Wow.
Yeah. Mine. Yeah. Mine's the go to shut up final move. Is I fish hook you and then do the go to sleep. But hey, we're talking about WrestleMania that happened over this weekend. We got a guy who actually went to WrestleMania. That's
Guys, I went to
exciting.
WrestleMania on behalf of David S/Eep and Nolan Rossiter, who gave me enough money, donated enough money to the cause that I could purchase ticket entry to WrestleMania 41, one of the nights.
The better night, probably. People are saying.
Yeah, definitely the better night. Yeah, you went to the right one.
Here's what happened. Saturday night is like a mostly weak show with like an amazing main event. And Sunday night is like a really good show with a shitty main event.
Yeah, that was
Stratton and
that
Flair.
was the trade-off.
Like,
But I mean, you did also get
If you cut it down to one night and it was like just the Sunday matches, except you can like swap like the Charlotte and Tiffany one maybe for the Logan Paul AJ Styles one, and then the main event from from Saturday. That is a great WrestleMania.
yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to see Cena, you got to see him in his last Mania, you got to see his record-breaking championship, and your favorite guy Travis Scott showed up. So that's
I
fun
know.
too.
And you know what? I was in the audience. I was worried I might die.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna
Yeah,
say that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is scary every time he shows up.
Yeah. It's not unprecedented that someone
People might just
dies
start breaking
in a Travis
rules.
Scott audience.
Killing each other. Damn.
Man,
How does he live every day?
How does it feel, Dan, to see
How does it feel?
Hey, let's not talk about that guy. How does it feel to have like the having seen like probably the most anticlimactic run in for a main event of all time?
Horrible.
Could he like walk any slower? Like what was the
it was like a tribal chief entrance.
Yeah.
Listen, I really feel like it would have left it ended up leaving a bad taste in my mouth, but I think I might have been okay with it if The Rock came out with him. Then you get to see The Rock. it would make
Travis
sense
Scott.
that Cena, aligned with The Rock, because then The Rock is like, interfering for him in the main event.
I expected him.
Yeah, me too. Where the fuck was The Rock?
Yeah,
shooting something maybe.
Who cares? Like The Rock, honestly, I think Rock now sucks. You guys like made him high on your list, but this late era Rock
12,
is like he's like so far up his butt.
He can still do a promo though. He's just like, his ego's out of control. He needs to be involved in like every major storyline when he can't even be bothered to show up to wrestle fucking Mania.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this: the best thing that happened for Mania 40 was The Rock, like Black Adam, and The Rock's career declining.
Yeah,
I said this when it happened. Moana 2 being a box office success was awful for wrestling because The Rock is going to be back high on his own supply. That he's
barely in that movie though.
I know, but that he's taking credit for it. You could tell him. And when after Moana 2, when he came out at wrestling, the audience were doing
at wrestling
at a wrestling show. Yeah, this is how I talk. Remember,
I love it.
The Rock came out and they were doing Chi-Hoos, which is like his character's bit.
I didn't know that.
And he was like trying to be mean, and then they were doing Chi-Hoos, and you could see it on his face. He's like, "I'm back. I'm fucking back. This is awesome." So I think The Rock is cooked. Is the thing, and
that's bummer because after Black Adam came out, I was really excited that a new hierarchy had been established in WWE.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good
I was trying to reference those Black Adam commercials.
Yeah, that's good. I liked it. What's exciting is like that Snow White movie failing, because maybe Moana live action will fail, and he's playing his own character in the live action. So I'm hoping.
Right.
They
might not even make it. They're like shutting down production of these live action. That one's too far along into. Okay,
they can't. I think Lilo and Stitch and
Lilo and I think Lilo and Stitch is going to turn the whole game around.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's going to be a huge hit.
Yeah, I think they just
Lilo?
Some little girl. No, a bunch of unknowns. I don't think there's anyone in that cast that's like.
You don't need anyone. The star is Stitch.
Yeah, I think the problem.
Good.
Yeah, I think what they're doing. I think there is like that blonde guy who, I can't even think who he plays.
Zach Morris.
The live action, Aladdin. There's like a white prince that comes and sees her.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That guy is going to be in Lilo and Stitch.
Remember they were going to make a spinoff about that.
Yeah,
character?
They wanted to spin off that guy, and he is going to be like the two aliens that like are hunting Stitch, the mad scientist guy. You guys don't know Lilo and Stitch as well.
Are they the ones from The Simpsons?
Yes. No, it's the guy aliens? From E.T. The guy with the keys from E.T. He's hunting Stitch.
I don't get that reference. Oh, Krang and Kronos.
Yeah.
It took me a while to remember what aliens are from The Simpsons. No, this is Quigley and Mambo, who are like the mad scientist who invented Stitch. And
so who plays them?
Well, that white guy's playing Quigley, I think, who
I think John Hamm should be one.
Is voiced in the cartoon by one of the kids in the halls.
I looked it up. You say nobody's in it. Tons of people are in this fucking thing. I mean, Lilo's played by an unknown, but look at this. You got Hannah Waddingham.
Wow, there you go.
From Ted Lasso. Tia Carrera.
Tia Carrera?
Yeah, from Wayne's World.
Yeah, but she's the voice of the original sister, and she's probably just cameoing.
Oh, okay. But what about Zach Galifianakis as Jumba?
Jumba, see, that's the scientist. And is he just a voice, though?
I don't know. What about Courtney B. Vance as Cobra Bubbles, who I assume is a variation on his classic character, Johnny Cochran.
And then he's playing the FBI agent who was originally voiced by what's Ethan Hunt's friend's name? The one guy who's still alive from all
Ethan Hunt. Oh, you mean Ving Rhames?
Yeah, Ving Rhames. Thanks.
He's
like in the new trailer. He's like, Ethan, it's time to finish the everything.
Oh wow.
I have seen so many like fucking Stitch tattoos and shit working at this job. It is out of control.
Are people taking you on the tour of their Stitch tattoos?
That's why you think it's going to be a hit, is you see all the people that know it.
I love when you get confirmation that Tim listens.
Yeah.
He gives a very specific reference.
I know he listens. Once Tim stops listening, we got to shut it down.
Yeah, you guys are done.
I couldn't agree more.
The second I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I forgot what we were saying. Stitch. That's enough Stitch.
Yeah, we should talk about wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the night.
Finn Balor got all those stitches when the Edge threw a thing at his head.
That was good. That was a Hell in a Cell. He got 18 stitches live during the match. That was awesome. Speaking of Finn Balor,
stitches total.
Was that how many?
I think so, because I think there were like T-shirts afterwards that said Finn Balor 47 stitches.
Yeah, and they had like the mark of the scar like on the shirt you could get. But
you guys ever have stitches or break any bones or anything like that?
I've had stitches, but I've never broken a bone. I'm actually very proud of it. I think people that have broken bones are real pussies.
Hey guys, I think since all three of us are unbroken, we should cover the franchise Unbroken.
Absolutely, we should.
About a Christian guy who likes there's two of them, right? Like he like survives a shark thing, and then he goes on to be like a track star. I think is
that's Angelina Jolie.
Right? I believe she directed one of them. Yeah,
okay. The first one.
The track one,
and
right?
I've seen the first one, never had a feeling to ever see the second one. Let's just say that.
We can't do Unbreakable. You guys already did it.
We should cover. Oh, I was just thinking about other franchises, but
I could do Unbreakable.
You were trying to relate it.
Yeah,
right.
We can't. That's not a franchise.
You guys can do it after you're done with. Now that Logan's seen all of Buffy.
Oh, we've got way better shows than that.
Yeah. Unbreakable. All right.
Do you want us to do Lost or the X-Files?
I would prefer X-Files.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Or take a break and
noted.
I'm over Lost. There's enough coverage of Lost to.
I kind of agree.
I feel like there's less coverage of X-Files that I'm interested in listening to.
Maybe we should cover the X-Files, Logan.
The truth is out there, Logan. What if like Logan gets like conspiracy?
Logan's planning on quitting the second we finish Angel, so
I'm excited for what happens in Angel season 5. So
me too.
I'm excited for Logan's little mind to get blown yet again. So
all right, so you want to talk about night one?
Yeah,
night one.
Probably. How'd you watch first match? You were sad. You're like, I wouldn't even be watching it. I just want to watch night 2. I'd be sleeping
are you kidding me? I'd
Saturday
feel a lot worse if I wasn't going to either one. I was like excited, like I was gonna be like, I'm gonna be there tomorrow.
Also, sometimes like
was it the same place? Same video?
Yeah, same place.
Of course.
Yeah. They just changed colors. Like I saw that the color scheme was different one night than the other. Like all the pyro was like blue and green the first night, and the next night was like pink and purple or something like that.
Okay.
So Triple H comes out and says, "It's WrestleMania, time to play the game," and like everything blows up. I'm watching it.
Let's go Trump. Let's go Trump.
Yeah. A lot of people this week are like, "Hey Tim, you like wrestling, it's a MAGA company." I'm like, yeah, I know. So what? You think like any company's good? You think Disney's good? Nothing's good.
Every non-MAGA company is a fucking pro-Israel company. So fucking
pick
whatever.
Your poison. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, every company except Ben and Jerry's is like the only one that's good, right? Like I think they're the only ones that are.
Maybe.
Except I think Costco? They just fired their.
I think Costco.
Well, that's just because their hot dogs are never going to go up in price. That's why
and
people
they gave
like
us
Costco.
The Costco boys.
But I think they refused to cut DEI hiring.
Oh, that's it too. Yeah. And I think their like employees have health benefits.
Yes.
And stuff. So we're like, wow. But yeah, okay. So let's give Costco 5 big booms right now, guys. You ready?
Right. Yep.
Boom! 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 Boom!
He
Oh yeah, he did
the Rizzler pose.
Nice. Yeah, you couldn't hear it, but he was doing the Ridge face. That's good.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
they're wrestling fans.
So then,
well, they're wrestlers now.
True.
Yeah, he does like the cookie.
He's now had a second match.
Yeah, but he's also, of course, wrestling in the fake company that doesn't exist.
Fuck you. Come
what was
on.
that, TNA?
TNA exists. TNA
is better than AEW?
Yeah.
AEW is a bigger company than TNA, but TNA now has an arrangement with WWE where their wrestlers can appear in each other's companies.
Oh,
wow. They said his name and he appered, right?
Yeah, like, so that's why Randy Orton wrestled TNA World Champion Joe Henry.
I expected that to be The Rock. I got to be honest. When it was like the Randy Orton versus unexpected person.
I didn't. I had 3 people in mind. None of them were Joe Hendry. I was thinking Nick Aldis, Rusev, or Aleister Black.
Rusev, he debuted on Raw last night. So I know. And I got to say, I popped. He came out, and then I was like, "Oh, what are we doing?" He came out. He came out and chased the New Day away, and then beat up Otis and Taka. What's that guy's name?
Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot his name. Alpha Academy.
So he's just kicking ass. He doesn't care, heel, face, whatever.
He just came out to interfere and debut. Sweet. The Raw after Mania was really good. I'm going to just tell you that.
People are saying it's better than Mania.
There was some fun stuff. I mean, just an absolute amazing match between the women. Io and Stephanie.
Io, Jesus.
He doesn't care. He just wants Stephanie.
Yeah.
Before we came on the podcast, Tim said that he was excited to see that wrestler with the giant ass.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that describes a lot of them, especially
Jade
NXT.
Cargill.
I think HBK is the number one favorite wrestler of all time because he's just like loading NXT full of women with giant asses. So good for him.
I haven't noticed. I respect their wrestling skills.
Yeah, Dan likes their personalities. Yeah, I mean, she's got that move where she like dumps your head into her ass, right? Like the move that Charlotte
all wrestlers with big asses have a nice ass move.
Yeah.
Like Tony Storm's hip attack, which I always think should be called the butt.
Let's talk about real companies, not fake wrestlers and fake companies.
Christ.
Oh,
I agree.
Tony Storm. Whoop-de-doo. She doesn't know what time period she lives in. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we're not even at the first match, and we're 30 minutes into this. But I'm glad we did talk about Costco, though. Boom. Gunther and Jey Uso. How do we feel that we have a new main event Jey Uso world champion?
I'm proud of Jey Uso. I think he deserves a run as champion. That said, the haters say Jey Uso can't step up in a big match situation and like put on a really good show. And I was like, that's bullshit because he's had some amazing matches with the Usos, but it was not a great match.
Damn.
Yeah. And having him tap Gunther,
I don't buy that for 1 second.
I was online looking at it, and they said that like Gunther's only tapped twice, and every time he's tapped, he taps like instantly. Like they said, it's a storyline that he can't handle submission moves, according to what I read. Also, the fallout from Mania on Raw last night, Jey Uso came out. They yeeted for like 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then Sami Zayn's music kicks in. Sami comes out. He's all dressed in black.
Sami Uso.
Well, Sami Zayn comes out.
Heel Zayn.
it's like, is he gonna turn? But no, he is Sammy Uso.
Hell
They hug, they yeet together, and then the music kicks in again, and it's Jimmy Uso comes out, and then the three of them celebrate, and that's pretty much the whole segment.
I might
just
cry
a celebration, but it's just Jimmy Uso is emotional, and I think he's like not.
He looked emotional at the match when Jay won,
and he was emotional at Raw.
Like, why isn't that me?
And
I don't think he feels that way at all.
Why is Jay better than Jimmy?
He's just got more charisma. It's really, honestly, they're probably equals in the ring, if we're being honest. But Jay is just much better on the mic.
I mean, that's saying really a lot about Jimmy, because Jay isn't that great on the mic either. I
disagree. I think Jay's gotten really good.
I think I don't know, man.
I watch every week, man.
Can you tell them apart just looking at them?
Yeah. The one guy wears yeet and one's blue and the other's red.
If they were naked,
also, yeah, Jimmy's heavier.
Yeah, Jimmy is heavier and has different hair.
And speaking of big ass, I mean, Jimmy's giving it to Naomi. So there you go.
Yeah, did you hear about that interaction Naomi had with was it Jade on Twitter?
Yeah,
on X.
I think it was with Jade Cargill, right?
Yeah, it was. Jade said that she accused Naomi of going down to Brazil to get the Brazilian butt injections. Okay. Yeah. And Naomi responded, the only one giving me shots to the butt is Big Jim.
She phrased it that way, Big Jim?
Yes, yeah. Big Jim.
Yeah, they call him Big Jim on the show now too, because of that. Yeah,
it's not because of that.
Yeah, because of that.
That's very funny.
A lot of Twitter falls out into the show. Like they are a company that is affected.
You're the only one that calls it X. I want to say no one in the world calls it X. Even people that
I think
are supporters of it.
Are you both still on fucking X?
Yeah,
I am.
I'm on Twitter.
Yes.
What is it going to take for them to change the X to a swastika? Then you'll.
I think
how long will you still be on it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good.
I would have to say you can't be on this website.
Isn't it pretty much a swastika at this point anyway?
Yes,
if you look closely, that's what it is.
Yeah, we're close. It's a failed. Everything. Honestly, the country is pretty much the same as X is right now. So I don't know. Yeah, I wish I could be off of it. Not all of us are good like you, Dan, who spends all our time on Big Brother, not safe for work after hours.
We have to get our news somewhere.
I believe I looked at that site once in the last year.
Oh, what a hero! What a
hero. What does that mean? In 2025 or the last 12 months?
The last 12 months. I only looked at it the day I finished the most recent season of Big Brother.
Okay. But the year previously, it was your record-breaking year.
When I'm watching the show live, like over the summer, I'm checking it every day.
Yeah. He wants.
I appreciate your honesty.
He wants to see Suri nip slips, right?
Yeah.
And I have. I can't believe that I have, but I have.
All right. Congrats to Jey Uso.
Yeah.
And Fallout from Mania, Gunther came out and was so annoyed that the audience started chanting, "You tapped out." That he attacked and choked out
Adam Pearce, right?
Nope.
Oh, who?
Michael Cole.
Holy shit.
He attacked Michael Cole, and then what's his name? Pat McAfee jumped in. And he got the worst of it.
Amazing.
So much so he had to leave but before the last 45 minutes of Mania. And Michael Cole
is this setting up him taking a break again?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, probably because let me just tell you, they brought in that other guy who's like a second Michael Cole, and
Joe Tessitore. That guy fucking sucks.
It was horrible because then Michael Cole had to come out, and Michael Cole's Adam Pearce is like, Michael Cole, take the day off. You don't need to do this. And he's like,
why can't it just be Corey Graves? I understand Corey Graves is like in like a feud with management or something, but like fucking hell.
Even Wade, Wade Barrett's on SmackDown, but I would prefer Wade to anybody. I mean, Wade's awesome.
I agree.
Who was the British guy doing
make Raw Wade and Michael, and if you want to keep Joe on fucking SmackDown, give him Corey to bounce off of.
Yeah, you need to, because what happened was Pat was like, I think Pat sucked, by the way. Pat was on something on Mania. Like, he is just saying random shit. Like, he's high
I don't know anything about the commentary on night 2 because I don't hear it.
Right. But well, he was fine at Mania because it was Wade, Pat, and Michael Cole. So
Wade didn't do
sometimes
too much,
Pat's just quiet.
He's
nice
just quiet. Wade there,
on Mania, he's like saying stuff, and I'm like, this guy is freaking like, he's on something. So I wondered if like they sent Gunther out to like be like, hey, get rid of him because we need so then Joe came out and Michael Cole comes back and he's like, I think my nose is broken, but I'm gonna do this, and they're playing up like he's all mad at management. But Gunther is a real issue with the announce team. So we'll see where Gunther goes. Okay. Next match was the War Raiders against New Day. And
Pat McAfee said his catchphrase, Raw is war, when the War Raiders came out, even though they were not on Raw.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I also like that the War Raiders look stupid as hell dressed as the Clash of Clans.
Oh my
guys.
God. It was embarrassing. Both nights. The Drew Damian Priest thing sucked. I mean, the match was good, but that was awful.
No, Drew coming out, and like I'm at like an Easter party with my family, and I'm like watching Raw on the TV, and I'm like trying to explain to someone, I'm like, Drew doesn't look this stupid normally. This has to be a video game, and they don't even announce the video game till after the match, after the win.
And Michael Cole's like, he was dressed as like Ebok from the game Clash of Clans.
Yeah. So the whole time I'm like, he doesn't usually look this stupid. Drew's usually cooler. But yeah, so this match was fine. I was surprised New Day won. To be honest,
I think this match didn't necessarily need to be on WrestleMania. Yeah. I just Triple H loves the War Raiders, and he wants to give them a real chance now that they're the War Raiders, which they prefer to be over the Viking Raiders, which they were for so many years under Vince. But no matter what they do with these guys, I don't hear a crowd reaction, positive or negative.
Yeah.
No one cares. So like, they're not hyping anybody up. I'm happy New Day won. They haven't held a title in a long time. I'm interested in what they're going to do with heel New Day. So that aspect of it, I was fine with. But this coming SmackDown, there's a SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, 3-way between the current champions, the Street Profits, the Motor City Machine Guns, and DUI. And frankly, that's going to be a way better match.
Yeah, and that was cut from Mania.
Yeah,
as well. So I don't know. I think
still okay or what?
Yeah, he's fine.
His
just
neck's broke. I saw him.
He can't wrestle. You saw Big E? Awesome.
Yeah, when I got to the arena, they were doing the pre-show outside, so I saw fucking Big E. It was awesome.
That is so cool.
You were hoping for a pancake from his crotch, right?
I would have loved it.
So this I mean, the big news out of this match is they broke their record of the most
12-time tag titles.
Yeah, it's like the record.
Kofi's I think 14-time because he's won a couple times prior to the New Day being a thing.
And he's been the main champion before Kofi Kingston. So
Kofi Mania, right?
Kofi
What was funny was he tweeted out pictures. He's like, "Hey, the anniversary of Kofi Mania is coming up," and he badly photoshopped out Big E from the photos. So it's like him on the shoulders of on one shoulder of Xavier
Woods,
and then there's just like a random and there's a random arm in the shot too. So pretty funny. Yeah. Okay, Jade and Naomi had
this was awesome
match.
I thought they were both I was very impressed by both of them.
I think Dan loved this one because of the wardrobe malfunction that happened.
I saw this on Twitter. I didn't see it in the match.
I didn't notice it. Was it Jade's boob? Yeah, I did notice her like fixing her top after like every move.
Same. Yeah. Watching it live, I noticed that.
I quite honestly thought, I really think that on the replay, they edited this match a lot because I got interrupted and didn't get to see the full main event.
And then you went back to jerk off to it.
I went like, back.
Where's the boob?
No,
you're busy looking at the butt.
What are you talking? Yeah, butts.
I know you're a butt man.
I wanted to see what I missed from the main event, and I tried to watch it that night, and the replay was not available till the next day. And then I'm like, oh, they have to be editing out.
That's not what it is. It's just that they did the whole show in like an 8-hour block, from the pre-show, which was like 2 hours long, to the main show, to the post-show, to the press conference. That was all done in one block, so they couldn't do the re-air until all of that shit was done airing.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
I explained it.
Thank you.
Anyway, I thought that match was really good. Jade is a little bit limited in the ring, even though she's like made of charisma
so
and
impressive,
is, like incredible looking. Yeah, but what I thought they did right was that even though Jade went over, Naomi looked awesome through the entire match. She got the vast majority of the offense, and she was fucking killing it.
Mm-hmm. I think too, like with Naomi, I feel like Naomi is getting to the end of the career, right? So these
really,
I mean,
she's been in the company since 2012, 2011.
Yeah, she's got to be one of the older women wrestlers that are still there and is great, right? So I like this match. I think this is one of the better matches on this night.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Pretty fun and exciting. So
I'd say the two women matches and then the main event were probably the best of this night.
You liked?
I actually agree. I did too. I did too, Tim.
You don't like that?
I think people are sleeping on that Stratton Flair match because everyone just fucking hates Charlotte so much.
What? I don't get that.
It for sure was good. But this is after
Tiffany
Jade
broke a tooth. It was awesome.
Oh shit! Like JT in that one Survivor Challenge.
I think the best match of the night came after Jade and Naomi, and this was LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. This match,
I just don't care for these guys. So I didn't care as much.
I do. I thought the match was just okay though. Like,
really?
Yeah. I love LA Knight, and I thought they did all the right stuff in this match. Like LA Knight won at Mania last year, so he's not like required the victory this year, and he gets to come into the pay-per-view as a champion. So that's all right. He still looks good and strong, and the crowd's into him. But yeah, I mean, Jacob Fatu's earned this. I mean, Jacob Fatu came up as a henchman for Solo Sikoa. All right. Solo Sikoa headlines SummerSlam against Roman Reigns. Now we're only like, whatever it is, 8 months later, it's WrestleMania. Solo Sikoa is nowhere to be found, not even on the fucking card. And Jacob Fatu is deservedly winning that championship. Jacob Fatu is everything they wanted out of Solo Sikoa, and it is bizarre.
So Solo Sikoa beat John Cena 2 Manias ago.
I remember
at WrestleMania. Wow. So yeah. They just brought the werewolf in, and he just is the shining star of this whole
Yeah, he was
bloodline.
clearly from the second he showed up, it was like everyone else dimmed in comparison to him. You can't keep your eyes off the guy. Like, what the fuck is this guy gonna do next?
Yeah, in the war games, the bloodline war games, right? Like Jacob Fatu is like the standout of that side. So just really good. I like him. All right, what do we think of Rey Fenix subbing in for Rey Mysterio against El Grande Americano?
Without Rey Mysterio there, I love Rey Fenix. I'm happy he's in the company. Like, good for him. Like, amazing to get a WrestleMania match fucking 2 weeks after your debut. But cool. I also think without Rey Mysterio, the match doesn't need to be on a pay-per-view. Like, it feels like a Raw match. And I love the Chad Gable storyline, but
why are you talking about Chad Gable?
I do this too, Tim. So
no,
shut up.
What are you talking about? Chad Gable wasn't at Mania. What are you talking about?
I was genuinely disappointed that Chad Gable didn't have a match on the card this year.
Yeah, me too. Like, he didn't even show, I guess he's not. Is he out of Alpha? He's out of Alpha Academy.
Yeah, he's running American Made. That's right. That's his
right,
crew. Yeah. But they weren't on the card this year, unfortunately.
I did see Chad Gable tweeted El Grande Americano's tweet offering congratulations for being at Mania. So
okay, great.
I gotta respect each other.
Yeah, for sure. He's also been sick.
Yeah.
So he hasn't wrestled the past few Raws.
He was, well, did you see he was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale on SmackDown on Friday?
Gable was,
and Gable was eliminated by Rey Fenix, and then El Grande Americano came out and eliminated Rey Fenix from the
nice
from the Battle Royale.
Didn't see that.
So yeah.
Carmelo Hayes won?
Yeah.
Good
for him.
Yeah, he deserves something.
Yeah.
The match I thought was fine.
Yeah, it was okay. But
I love that storyline.
Yeah, it's a fun storyline. I think I'm not that familiar with Rey Fenix's movesets, so I thought his run across the rope thing is awesome.
Yeah, that's baller.
Like the Undertaker.
Yeah. And I saw an X.
But fast.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, but fast. Damian Priest tried to do that too, but
he did. Well, it was a bit.
Yeah. Come on,
he's done it before.
These are bits.
Wait, shut up. When Damian Priest got on the top ropes, I yelled. I was in the crowd, and I yelled, "Old school."
Good. Well, and that match was fun to watch because Drew set up the tables, and I was with my son Connor. I'm like, hey, what happens when the guy sets up the table? Usually they go through it, right? Yep. And then like 3 minutes later, Connor's like, well, what about those tables? I'm like, no, we have to forget about it, Connor, because it'll come up later. Teaching my kid to be a smart. But yeah, Rey Fenix, the thing I saw online was there was footage of Penta watching Ray's match, and he's like wiping tears from his face.
Oh, his brother, that's nice.
Those two guys getting manias after coming to the company.
I can't believe how fucking over Penta is. It is wild. I watched him in AEW for years. Everyone always liked him. He was always over, but like, he never seemed like a huge deal.
Yeah, well, the fake company.
Did you hear of it? There was an NXT pay-per-view prior to night one of Mania, and one of the matches was Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page, who both of whom used to be in AEW, right? And the crowd started chanting, "Tony fumbled."
Yep, hilarious. All right. The second to last match was Tiffany and Charlotte for the Women's World Champion. This was the belt that retained. Tiffy time for sure.
It looked stiff. I feel like they were really hitting the shit out of each other.
Yeah. I think Charlotte's usually stiff though.
I know, but like they pissed each other off so much in the lead up to this and in their promos and stuff. Like I feel like they were really taking it out of each other.
My favorite moment of the match was when Tiffany came out. They had the Barbie boxes, and there was like
Yeah.
two videos, and she was clearly in the middle one.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
and-
that. I love
And
that.
When it opens up, Pat McAfee goes, "Oh, she was in the middle one."
And then Cole said, "That's why you're a great commentary." I like that whole setup. That was really cool. That production.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
weren't enough like big entrances this year, so it was nice the few that we had.
Oh well, the best entrance was night 2 when Stone Cold came out on the ATV. And
Absolutely, he was going so fast. I knew he was gonna crash. It was unbelievable.
He was
how fast
going
he was
crazy
going.
fast.
After each turn by the post, he would go so fast.
One woman in the crowd might sue. They're talking about. Yeah, she's
it seems
to sue.
She tweeted something like, "I had to leave. I guess she left before the final match."
Why'd she have to leave?
Because she had needed medical attention. Logan
For what?
And also Logo.
Nobody got hit, really, Logo. Or did she?
The woman who was sitting right there where the ATV crashed got like pushed back off her seat.
I didn't think it.
She basically she was standing and sat down, and then there's a part at the end where like you can see Nick Khan talking to her, checking on her, and Stone Cold comes over and checks on her too, and but then he's like still working, so he's like running around like crazy. Stone Cold, just amazing. Always amazing to see how he can catch a beer no matter what.
Yeah, you're so right.
That was honestly one of the highlights of seeing Mania live. I've never seen Stone Cold live before. And so just to see him enter to that fucking music and do the beer thing, like I didn't even give a shit that all he did was like announce the crowd size. But it was just so awesome to see him.
Absolutely. That was probably
all right. We main event with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. And
Punk's entrance here was actually the best entrance over the course of the 2 nights.
I agree. I totally agree.
Oh yeah, that was.
I didn't know that was a black band.
Oh yeah, Living Color. That's why they're called that.
No, I wasn't aware.
But Punk. He gets that big video leading up to it, which was like the style. I was like choking up and shit, and then he comes out to do It's Clobbering Time, and his watch isn't working, and Heyman puts his wrist in. Oh, okay, got it. It's awesome. I just loved every second of it.
Every second of it, even the turn.
I mean, the entrance.
Oh, the entrance.
But
how do you feel about the turn?
I feel fine about it. Like I honestly didn't care who won that match. I was so happy Punk was in the main event. I knew those 3 guys were going to put on a fucking banger, and they did. And like whatever happens, happens. Yeah. Honestly, like the way it ended sets up the most interesting storylines going forward. So
and let me tell you what happened on Raw. So the end of Raw is Seth Rollins comes out with Paul Heyman to have the victory tour.
Wait, who came out?
How Seth freaking Rollins.
Thank you.
And
full name,
Paul,
please.
My name is Paul Heyman, comes out, and they're having like, we're the best, we're the new era, we're going to be the new champion, whatever. Punk's music interrupts, Punk runs out, and Seth Rollins and him start fighting. He then like knocks down Rollins, goes to like beat up Heyman, but then Rollins pokes him in the eye and then stomps him, and Punk is down. Then Heyman announces, "That's it, we're ending Raw. We're taking over. We're in charge." They put up the credits. It's like executive producer Paul Levesque or whatever is Levesque, whatever. And then as it's like starts to fade out, boom, Tribal Chiefs music cuts in. Roman comes running out, spears Rollins, Superman punches Heyman, then a man in a hoodie jumps out and spears Roman Reigns. It's Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is now a Paul Heyman guy with Seth Rollins.
Well, that's good. That's a good idea.
And
he's heavy.
And
he's also not great on the mic. So Heyman will help him out.
Yeah, because I was like, Seth freaking Rollins is great on the mic. Why does he?
Yeah.
And so then everyone's fighting, and Rollins stomps Punk again. Breaker does the thing where he runs around.
I
the
love
ring,
that shit.
And he spears Roman through the the one that always breaks, the timekeepers.
The barrier.
Yeah, the barrier breaks, and that's how Raw ends. So
all right,
we're building up Braun Breaker. That's good since he lost his belt.
I was so fine with Braun Breaker losing that belt because I 100% am certain that he's a future world champion.
Whoa. Yeah, I think we're gonna build him as a new Brock, right? Like he's kind of a big, strong guy with amazing speed. I mean, that spear that he speared Carlito, where he like jumped from like 20 feet away,
awesome,
insane. Yeah. All right,
Carlito
that's night one.
The apple at him. That'll probably prevent him from spearing you.
By the way,
when Carlito interfered in the match, all the crowd around me started chanting, "That's not cool. That's not cool." I really liked that.
By the way, Carlito was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, and everyone starts fighting, and he's just like standing in the middle of the ring, being like, "I'm cool." And then R-Truth walks up and starts eating his apple, and just walks away, and Carlito like slaps him on the back, and he spits the apple all over a bunch of guys that are next to him. So R-Truth rules. Okay, night 2, Stephanie McMahon comes out to be like, "Yo, it's WrestleMania."
Yeah, I got to see
check
Stephanie
out my podcast,
McMahon, guys.
Yeah, great.
What's her podcast?
It's like
she has a new podcast. I don't know what it's called, but the thing I heard was that she announced that she has a no douchebag rule on the podcast. There are no douchebags allowed on the podcast. And then she announced that the guest in her first episode is that fucking guy that runs UFC, who's like the biggest douchebag. Dana White.
That's your first guest? That's fucking nuts.
I'm glad you guys don't have that rule on this podcast.
Oh, that we had to cancel it.
I wouldn't be able to host it.
We just shut it down.
All right, we start night 2 with a baller match, the triple threat match between Io, Io.
By the way, only 2 people retained all WrestleMania: Stratton and Io Sky. That's pretty amazing.
And Bianca. Ladies. I will tell you, this was an awesome start, awesome finish, just amazing stuff. I loved the finish, except if you think about the Intercontinental finish, which is exactly the same finish as this match.
I think that the 2 best matches of WrestleMania this year happened back to back. They just weirdly happened on different nights.
I like that.
The main event of night 1 and the opener of night 2 are the 2 best matches of Mania.
Yeah. Yep. This ruled. Why did the crowd boo Bianca?
Because she's black.
No,
she's been like making a move towards heel. Like we all sort of expect her to turn heel soon. Okay. And I thought it would happen at Mania, but not really. Like when Io was like celebrating on the ropes, I thought Bianca was gonna like give her a fucking KOD and walk out or something, but it didn't happen. But yeah, it is. They were booing a little too hard. It felt a little racial. I gotta be honest. But the match itself was incredible. All 3 of those are. I mean, Bianca, Io, and Rhea are intensely talented people, and they knew exactly what to do with each other. Like, I mean, the main event a few years ago was a triple threat women's match, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey, and that was a great match, and this is leagues better than that.
Wow.
So the fallout sorry, go ahead, Logan.
Well, I always think I don't like Bianca Belair and that little gimmick with her hair. And then she does it, and I hear it so loud, and I'm like, oh, that is cool. That was fucking sting so bad.
I do like person, like you hear it echoing through the fucking arena.
It's pretty incredible. There's nothing like it.
I love when they show like the whip marks too, because like it fit, it didn't have time to show it at this Mania because it was really, she only used it right before she KO'd Rhea, right. And then Io did moonsaulted, right?
But remember, she did it to Liv a couple pay-per-views ago.
Yeah, and they
showed at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
and Liv looked like a fucking mess afterwards.
Yeah, Liv would showed that off for like a couple of weeks where she had the bruises or whatever. Yeah, the Raw Io comes out and does a promo. Her English isn't the best.
We saw her in a blimp. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, in the Goodyear blimp. We saw Penta up there too.
That was really cool. She looked so happy to be up there.
Yeah, I love this.
Oh, I love that too, dude. When she does that like double kip up thing and then does that finger thing, it fucking rules.
Yeah, she's awesome and good. I was glad that I of course predicted all of night one. I predicted correctly, and then I'm watching night two at a family event. I'm like, oh, I got night one all right, and then night two totally I screwed up.
Really? I predicted Io would retain.
I predicted she would retain, but then I think it was it was Dominic. I didn't expect them to give the belt to Dom.
I said cool. I'm very proud of this. I said to Dallas, because Dallas fucking hates Dominic, and sometimes I can't tell whether Dallas understands that heels are doing it as like a character. And so I told her, like, I think there's a world where Dominic Mysterio wins the Intercontinental title tonight. So prepare yourself. And she's like a huge Braun Breaker fan too.
Oh,
so
really?
I want her to be ready for that.
We're setting him up for bigger things, Braun.
I thought,
predict, right? He'll be the
I kind of think Dom might be world champion someday.
That would be something.
The rise of Dominic Mysterio has been one of the most insane things I've ever watched.
It's true. I remember early in the podcast, you guys were like not fans. You guys made fun of him.
I hated him. I thought he had nothing.
I know.
It was 2 Manias ago that he had the heel turn.
Yeah, and ever
that
since
saved
then,
him. Yeah,
he's gotten better and better and better over these last 2 years.
And the Judgment Day, you really have to give it to like Finn Balor, who I guess took him under his wing and helped him like become a better wrestler. And cool. I think like being the love interest of Rhea Ripley.
Rhea and Liv have helped him out tremendously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they're like the managers. They make him look better, and he's a cheater, right? Like they're playing the Eddie Guerrero thing, right?
Yeah.
Like which is so good. Which is so funny that like, hey, your bit is you believe that he's actually your dad. You hate Rey Mysterio.
I like that Dom and Liv Morgan both completed a 3 Amigos at WrestleMania.
Yeah. It's so crazy that has become the Judgment Day's moveset as well, because they're all like, we're all like this. So I think Rhea Ripley's done 3 Amigos. I think Damian Priest has done 3 Amigos in the past as well. So
I think you're right.
Since we're talking about Judgment Day, big news on the Judgment Day on Raw. We get a return. JD McDonough's back.
Oh, all right.
So he
his head's feeling better.
Dominic fought Penta for the belt and retained because of interference, of course, by JD. So
he'll get interference. I don't think Dom will ever win a match without interference.
He won't have a clean. No, how could he? Right? I'm like, what is Dom's finisher even? I guess it's a frog splash, right?
JD McDonough,
it's a 619, bro.
No, he always uses the 619 to set up the frog splash.
Oh, okay.
Because then he can do the like
Latino
thing.
Yeah. That's
plus,
true. That's how he did it to win on at Mania.
Yeah. Plus, he's got at the dinner or the Easter dinner I was at, family members like, that's the slowest 619 I have ever seen. And I'm like, yeah, he's pretty slow.
And honestly, the one he did at Mania was one of his better ones.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, he's too tall.
It was good setup, really good setup too.
He has to go slow to do it. So Okay, second match: Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Drew comes out in a stupid thing. This is a Sin City street fight, so we
Yeah.
get a bunch of shit.
I was disappointed they didn't like beat each other up with like roulette tables and stuff.
Yeah, right. Throwing cards like Gambit.
Yeah. Because they did that.
Yeah.
I saw an AEW pay-per-view here 2 years ago called Double or Nothing. Don't shut your mouth, Tim. And there was this big Anarchy in the Arena match, and they did shit like that, like Las Vegas themed weapons.
There's like the big puller that pulls the dice to you, like when you throw them all the way on the table, you pull them.
Make that a kendo stick.
Exactly.
Is that one
a slot machine over there?
No kendos. Were you upset, Dan? I didn't see any kendos.
A little bit. I couldn't believe it. Come on. You can't go 2 nights of WrestleMania. I don't see one kendo stick. Get out of here.
There was a kendo stick under your seat. They put one under everybody's seat.
Oh, I missed that.
Notice?
You know what I was really excited about, though? One of my favorite wrestlers who wasn't on the card showed up on my night.
Whoa, who?
Karrion Kross.
Oh, I wouldn't even know who that was.
I fucking love Karrion Kross.
He cut.
Tim, did you see that promo he cut?
Yes, great.
It was amazing. It was like CM Punk pipe bomb shit.
And I will say on Raw, he shows up to talk to AJ Styles,
Ahlin, as he calls him.
Yeah. And I will say his promo on Raw wasn't as good as his promo.
Oh, bummer.
It was just kind of like, you let us down. And AJ Styles promo was like, okay too. So, but like he does show up to be like, he showed up in the background of the New Day, like, hey, I did this, right? Like, you know, because it's Logan, you might not know, but Karrion Kross, his thing is he turns people heel just by like talking to him. Like he'll talk to someone and then they'll, like, the New Day heel turned after Karrion Kross showed up and talked to them once. Yeah. So
he also does a thing where when he's feuding with somebody, he makes himself look like them. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it's funny.
Like does his hair like them?
Yeah, it's really funny.
Interesting.
So I thought Damian Priest and Drew was good. I like the history because it was a year ago that the Damian cashed in Money in the Bank on Drew and took away his championship. Also, what was fun was did you see on Twitter? Drew did a callback to what he did last Mania, where he took a selfie and wrote "bored at work, LOL."
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then he did this one and took a selfie with Damian knocked out, and then his tweet was like "bored at work again, LOL." So
I didn't see the picture, but I saw him take a phone from a guy in a Drew t-shirt and take a picture of himself.
Yeah. So that's what it ended up doing.
Yeah.
Claymore to a steel chair to Drew
I was disappointed as a crowd member that he did not do the 3-2-1 before the Claymore. I wanted to chant along.
Sorry.
Shit. That's terrible.
All right, now we go to our Intercontinental Championship, a 4-way match. Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic.
Yeah, this is the second best match of the night.
Yeah,
behind the first match.
Yeah.
Wow, not the main event.
No. What are you talking about?
The main event was bad.
It was just so cool seeing John for me.
I mean, it was fine, but they were stiff.
Logan is who that match was for. Like dudes who don't watch wrestling but like grew up with Cena and are interested to like check back in because Cena's there. That match is for the casuals. Like everyone in the crowd that was rooting for Cena was like, you could tell they didn't give a shit about the storylines. They didn't even necessarily know that Cena was a heel. It was just like the people that were rooting for Cody were the people watching Raw and SmackDown every week.
That's who you were siding with. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who I was rooting for too, but I predicted it was going to be Cena.
Same
because I knew
I tried to break that to Dallas as well early on. I was like, listen, I'm pretty sure Cena's going to win, so I need you to just be okay with that. She wasn't. She cried.
So she was really
And-
upset. Dominic.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the best person to go. This is like you taking Dallas is like when I take my kids and
I
they're
know.
like they love it. Like they believe it. That's what you want.
But she cried. Like she was
That's
so
great, man.
upset at the end of the night. I had to like cheer her up. And I'm just like walking out of there like I just got to see John Cena win his 17th championship.
That should be enough for her. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Whose record did he break?
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
Was she a big Flair fan? She didn't want that title to be broken or that record to be broken either?
No, she just doesn't believe heels are fake. And so she fucking like she was literally saying like after the show, like why were they all chanting for Cena? Like he just said he fucking hates them.
Well, you can't cheer for that.
I love it, dude. This is so good. This is what you want.
Yeah, that's what fuels wrestling.
This is like
people like that.
It is why I love watching wrestling with her. But it was just I was just trying to like have a nice night.
Yeah. I what we've already pretty much said. Carlito comes out and Carlito essentially distracts Braun Breaker from keeping Braun to stop the count, and Braun's not even pinned, right? Because it's a 4-way match. It's Penta's pinned, right?
I don't remember.
It's Finn is pinned.
Dom pins Finn?
Yeah, Dom pinned Finn. Finn and
yeah.
Dom started like beating each other up near the end of that match. And then what ends up happening is Finn sets up Finn sets up Braun.
Is Braun
It's Braun.
coup de grace?
Yeah, he sets up coup de grace's Braun.
Mm-hmm.
And then
so where was Penta during this whole time?
They were
like
protecting
Penta.
He's like knocked out. They were protecting Penta, right?
Yeah, for sure. He's too new to take like big pins at this point. Yeah. But Dirty Dom hits the frog splash on the cover, and Braun's able to roll out of the way, and he pins Finn.
Hell yeah.
I thought maybe because we had two New Day people in there, Dom was gonna let Finn pin him.
Not Judgment Day.
Sorry, Judgment Day. But the New Day has done this before too, where they're in a match where they let each other. They were like in one of those tag tornado things and the New Day's in there like they're gonna have to fight each other, and Xavier just laid down for Kofi to pin him, and then so they could win, right?
Wow, that's crazy.
All right, fourth match, Randy Orton's 20th WrestleMania.
Yeah, he says,
it's
whoever
a mystery
wants a good
match.
moment, come out.
I was so excited for the Randy Orton Kevin Owens match. It is such a shame that didn't happen.
What happened?
KO's legitimately injured.
Yeah,
he's got neck injury.
He has to get neck surgery.
Damn, that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who knows if or when he'll come back. So.
Probably fucking hurt his neck in that match with Cody where he like broke a ladder in half and landed on his fucking head.
Oh, I remember that.
They said he was injured before that he was having issues prior to that match.
And then he took that bump, and that probably just like
that was like the close
awful.
That was like the bump where it's like that guy could be dead. That was an insane bump. Yeah. KO rules. But here's the fun. It's like the unboxing video. Like, who's it going to be? This could be anybody. It could be someone old. Is Stone Cold going to come out?
I felt like the 30th entrant of the Royal Rumble to me.
Yeah, like it's fun. You don't know who it is.
No, I know. It's like when Cody came out to wrestle Seth.
Yeah, and hey, Joe Hendry was fun. He
turned around to the camera.
Mania.
That was funny.
Yeah, and that was a funny RKO.
Hendry's whole thing. I'm not that familiar with him. I don't watch current TNA. But
you don't like watching real wrestling. That's the problem.
That's real wrestling.
Just fake wrestling.
I mean, in comparison,
I guess
to Jacksonville.
Shut up, man. AEW is a much realer company than TNA.
I like Jeff Jarrett. Give me a break.
Jeff Jarrett's in AEW now.
Yeah, because he left for a fake company. Let that guy get paid.
Where's Jeff Hardy?
He's in TNA right now.
Hey, a real company.
Yeah,
they said Jeff Hardy was pitched in that spot as well.
I heard that too.
Oh my! I would have died right then. That's crazy.
But yeah, Joe Hendry's currently the TNA World Champion. They've been wanting to use him on WWE because Triple H likes him, but they pitched him to lose to The Miz on Raw. And the guys who run TNA were like, we're not having our world champion lose to The Miz.
Oh,
and so they haven't done that. So he gets it's much more viable for him to lose to Randy Orton. That's acceptable.
But in 3 minutes, in 3 minutes and 10 seconds, it's pretty sad.
It's what that's all you want is RKO. What we needed a match that was like quick and everything, right? Because it was fun.
Not
it was
necessarily. I mean, KO Orton probably would have gone on for 20 minutes.
The shortest night one was El Grande Americano Ray Phoenix, 8 minutes.
For what this was perfectly fine. I think Joe Hendry doesn't look bad. I think it's Randy Orton, so it's a legacy thing. It's like, okay, I came out, I got RKO.
It was his 20th one.
Joe
Hendry's only there to do his fun entrance anyway.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
And Joe Henry, also in the Rumble, if you remember, he did his turnaround and got speared by Roman.
He did.
So he got eliminated by Roman. He got he was on Mania and got pinned by Randy. I mean, good TNA's, for this guy.
TNA's policy, I guess, is you can fuck up our world champion, but make sure the dudes doing it are legends.
Yeah, right.
Fair. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Really funny. They had the close up of his face. You were there, Dan, so you saw Randy set up the RKO, right? But at home, it's just the guy's face, and he does the turnaround, and
they have like the
Jumbotron,
what you guys are seeing on the jumbotron. So I was able to see that.
Yeah, but that was really funny. So, and big Randy update from Raw.
He RKO'd Cena.
He RKO'd Cena after Cena came out and gave like a 20-minute promo.
Come on. If Cena's going to do a retirement tour, you got to do a Cena Orton feud. That's a classic feud.
I think we're going to get
Triple H back.
Well, what's super interesting is Cena, his whole bit at Raw was he's the last undisputed universal champion, because he says, I'm not going to wrestle anybody. I only have to appear and cut promos. I don't have to do any matches. I am just going to retire with this belt. This is the belt that Tino Santino held.
Who? Sorry.
And
Tito Santana?
Well, what's that guy? Santo. I'm dyslexic.
Bruno Sammartino.
There you go. Thank you, Bruno Sammartino. Whatever. This is the belt that he held. This is the belt Hogan held. I'm going to take it with me, and there'll never be this belt again.
I'm going to ruin wrestling for everyone.
Yeah. So that's definitely not going to happen, though, right?
Well, I think Backlash. He'll probably fight Randy at Backlash, and I'm hoping Money in the Bank before SummerSlam is going to be we got to get him and Punk.
I agree. I think if Cena's retiring at the end of this year, you have to put him in a feud with Orton, and you have to put him in a feud with Punk. Everything else, whatever.
Yeah,
Rey Mysterio.
And if you want to rebuild Cody, have Cody come back and be like, Cena, I'm going to get your soul back, because I fully think that Cena's going to end as a face, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that has to be the end of the story.
Yeah, right.
Finish the story.
Yeah. So, okay, after Randy is AJ Styles and Logan Paul.
I thought this was a fucking trash fire.
Karrion Kross does come
almost 18 minutes.
It felt so long. Here's what I realized. Like, people say Logan Paul is like, wow, he's actually really good. He could really wrestle. Mm-hmm. And like, on some level, they're right. But watching it live, it's just spots. He comes up with like 4 or 5 spots a match, and then everything else is just him doing heel heat. But he's not even that good at that. And the crowd seems to actually hate him, as opposed to Dominic, where we boo him all the time. But then when he wins the belt, we're like, fuck yeah, Dominic.
Yeah. He can do the
but-
moves, but he doesn't bring out any emotion at all.
No, people-
and he does the same moves every time, and they're all Hangman Page's moves.
Yeah.
And fucking he's just like, the rest of the match was so boring. It moved like molasses, man. And to watch AJ Styles, a guy who I just ranked number 18 on the 25 best wrestlers of all time, have to fucking job to Logan Paul. Why is that necessary?
Yeah, that's the worst
I
part.
think-
Logan wins.
Well, I will tell you that Karrion Kross's promo, which I thought wasn't good, but now you made me think of the good part from his promo on Raw, was he was telling AJ, it's like, why didn't you take the brass knucks? It's like, you let this guy pin you without, he didn't cheat this time. He let you legitimized Logan Paul as a wrestler, AJ Styles. You should have taken the knucks and ended it. And AJ Styles like, I'm not that guy. I don't cheat.
But doesn't that legitimize him too?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So
doesn't that legitimize him too if AJ has to use Nux to beat Logan?
Like Logan,
yeah, but Logan cheats all the time anyway.
Yeah, he only wins by cheating. He always uses the brass knucks. That's the only way he's ever won.
Even when he wins legitimately, you
this is
you
his
can
first-
argue.
No, but Dan, this is his first legitimate win.
But I think even though he won legitimately, you can argue he's got that like fucking metal plate in his fist or whatever.
That's what they
like,
said too.
oh,
He's
yeah.
got titanium. He's
Yeah.
had hand surgery, so like that.
the
That's
titanium
the thing too.
reinforced.
Yeah,
yeah.
Whatever. But he still uses brass knucks. I will say this: the whole time I'm like, this better fucking happen. The coolest part of this match, Logan Paul comes out with a drone, and we're seeing his face like he's selfieing, and then we at home we realize it's a drone that then flies around the audience, and he fucking catches it.
Yeah.
That was cool. That just production wise was cool. And then I told everyone,
I
I'm
didn't
like,
really see that.
I'm like,
Mhm.
it's only cool if the match ends by the drone accidentally flying into Logan and knocking him out. I'm like, because at one point during the match, he gets the drone and flies it again.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And I'm like, it fucking better crash into him. That would be hilarious. And that's not what happened. So
Well, now somebody heard this, and that'll be
Logan is a
thing we do next time.
sponsor.
Yeah, I know.
Of course, the Prime Hydration Station is right next
Yeah.
to the Spanish announce table. And I really think at this point, he's got something in his sponsor deal where it's like, you have to make me look awesome at all times.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
you're probably right about that. Yeah,
Mhm.
you listen to his
Yeah.
podcast, don't you?
Well,
Impulsive.
I've listened to every episode of
It's your
Impulsive.
favorite podcast.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think I will say that his new finisher is cool. Like that's a
What?
pretty decent. The pulverizer, which is it's like the spinning DDT thing that he does at the end, where he kind of like spins them up and then kind of RKO's them or something.
Oh yeah,
Sounds cool.
It looked. I mean, he did to AJ to
yeah. At least
win
he's
the
not
match.
finishing with a fucking
Frog
buckshot
splash
lariat
or-
anymore.
Yeah. He did do it.
Yeah.
All right. That match sucked. Now we get oh my gosh, this match. Women's tag team championship, which I will say, Bailey was supposed to be in it. She got injured just like Rey
This was
Mysterio,
kayfabe though.
except kayfabe, which Logan means fake. They knocked her out so Becky could come out.
So there was like, who's Lyra gonna tag with at Mania? Everyone knew it was gonna be Becky.
Everyone knew it was Becky, and Becky took 2 bumps and then pinned Liv to take away their.
Whatever, I'm
Titles.
fine with it. I was
I don't like
excited to
Becky.
see Becky. What?
Yeah. I don't like Becky. I think
That's
she
insane.
sucks.
Her husband
I-
is the the WWE
I like-
champion.
Yeah, fine. I like
No, he's
Seth
not.
freaking Rollins.
He's a champion of some sort. Did he not
No,
win a
he's not.
championship?
Former champion.
He didn't win a championship.
no.
That match was not for a belt.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was. I'm dumb.
It's just a grudge match, basically. He's just Seth freaking Rollins, and Becky's back after 9 months away. And
I
I
think
like
Becky's great. It was exciting to see her. Her entrance is like fucking super exciting in person.
Sure.
Especially because she hasn't been in the company for a while. Uh, and it was, and she did the stuff. She did the disarm her and
Sure.
the fucking what are her other moves?
Bexploder and
Yeah,
the manhandle slam.
yeah, she did all of them.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll say this: she gets me about as excited as seeing like Charlotte, where it's like, okay, they're both good, but I have seen everything that they do.
That's fair. That's how I feel about Ray. Like it's not like Ray can't still
Ray
go.
Mysterio?
He for sure can. Yeah, Ray
Yeah.
Mysterio. But I've just seen like there's nothing new Ray Mysterio can show me.
Sure. And Ray's about. I feel like Ray's more.
I've been watching
about,
him since 1996.
He showed you Dominic a few years ago, and you love him.
Fair.
I think
he's got another kid.
I think Ray is more generous in building up new talent, whereas I think Charlotte and Becky are more still in the mode of like, this is me.
I think Charlotte is much worse with that than Becky is. Becky is coming back as a tag team partner of Lyra Valkyria to try and help Lyra Valkyria get over.
Well, Lyra Valkyria, of course, Logan is the first international intercontinental champ of the women's. She won a tournament to get that, and now she's the women's tag team champion.
That was the craziest thing to me. I didn't think that. I thought Liv and Raquel were going to retain because Lyra, I like her. I think she's really good. But she's not over. Like the crowd does not get excited for her. She's got this like audience participation thing in her entrance music, and the crowd doesn't always do it.
Yeah.
Like so they don't care that much. And so I think it's so crazy that she now has 2 belts.
I will say this, Logan, I thought of you while watching this match. You must like Lyra, right? Like you were. She
didn't leave a big impression.
The bird wings. You
saw her. I did love that. I did love that. I did. That was very cool. You're right.
I will update from Raw. Becky and Lyra no longer the women's tag team championship.
Wait, what? What the heck?
What?
They lost the belts last night to Liv and Raquel had
again.
A rematch. Yes.
Wow.
Liv and Raquel got the belts back, and Becky turned on Lyra and started beating her up. Yes.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So we'll have Becky winning the Intercontinental belt soon.
Well, I would hope Lyra would defend it. Well, you're probably right though.
Yeah, it's a belt that Becky hasn't had yet, and she wants.
You're right.
I
remember when Becky went down to NXT just because she never was NXT champion before.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, Charlotte did that too. Charlotte's won the NXT belt twice. So
no, but I think she was like when she was in NXT.
Yeah,
Becky just did to prove a point.
Becky like had won the world championship like 3 times and went down to NXT. Like I'd want to win this one too.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So after this, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out to announce that somehow the sold out stadium from the night before had 2,000 more people than.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Someone sat on your lap, Dan, right? Like that's how it worked.
I wish. Who did this the night before?
HBK was the night before.
Right. Yeah. That was exciting.
He didn't go all the way to the ring though. He just like came out to the front.
Yeah, he did the little dance.
Broken. He did. I haven't seen him do that dance in a long time. It was pretty cool.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
He was feeling good because apparently the NXT like pay-per-view was really good as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he did a good job delivering it, and he even did the suck it. Let everybody do the suck it.
Which, by the way, I forgot to mention the
and they played the DX music at the end. It was
he said suck it. 2 words for you, suck it.
Mm-hmm.
But the Io Sky Stephanie Valkyrie
you mean Io Sky versus Big Giant Ass?
Big Giant Ass's match ended with interference, and a lot of the NXT women came out. Raquel Perez or Roxanne Perez, and a couple of like 3 different NXT women came out.
Their women's division is on fire right now, and a couple of them are probably going to be on the main roster very soon.
And then
including Stephanie Vaquer, including Roxanne Perez, including that one Julia.
Julia.
Yeah. She came out too. Julia was out too. And then Rhea Ripley came out.
Oh, and Jordan Grace, who was TNA World Champion and just
she was that super,
NXT.
the super buff woman at the Rumble. She's great. She wasn't there. But Rhea Ripley came out, chased them all away, and then basically Rhea Ripley, the Io Sky.
How do you say Danny DeVito's wife's name?
Rhea Perlman.
Yeah, you know that's Rhea.
Or the co-star from Better Call Saul.
Spelled exactly the same.
How do you say her name?
Who?
The woman from Better Call Saul.
The
lawyer girlfriend. You know?
Yeah. I don't think. What's her name?
You don't know that actress's name?
Rhea Seehorn, right? Rhea Seehorn.
You had it right the first time.
Is that her real name?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
I was trying to remember her. Like, I think of her as her.
It's always Rhea. No one's name is Rhea.
What is her character's name? I don't know.
You're making me blank on it right now.
The only Rhea is Rhea and the Last Dragon.
Oh yeah,
Rhea and the Last Dragon. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. That's the only one. So here's what you have to think. If you're about to say a name that sounds like that, is it a cartoon? No. Okay, Rhea.
Here's my
pretty
problem.
good. That's a good way to remember it.
And
okay.
When I say someone's name wrong, then I get like anxiety about getting it right, but also my dyslexia makes me forget which is the right version.
I think you should just go with what you want, Tim.
So I do this with like students in my class. Like I mispronounce their name once and then I'm like, well, I'm fucked. I'm never getting it right ever again. So I just embrace it. So you love correcting me. Just like you love that fake wrestling out of Jacksonville.
What the fuck is this? I mean, that was uncalled for.
What do you love more, fake wrestling or free soloing before podcast, Dan?
Very funny. Hey, we'll talk about free solo tomorrow. Captain Kirk did it in Star Trek V.
Yeah, I love when Spock's like, nope, I'm just going to use super boots to climb.
Yeah, just magically appears.
Yeah, that movie sucks.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen 6 though.
6 is good. I'm gonna watch it right when we finish.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now main event. Cody Rhodes. He has an Iron Man mask.
That was awesome.
I think that's the first time that skull opened up like that. Pretty cool. And then John Cena comes out, and the crowd is definitely mixed.
The last time is now.
Largely. I mean, I don't know how it sounded on the TV, but like the section I was in was rooting for Cena.
I think people are rooting for Cena.
Well, we heard let's go Cena. Cena sucks. I mean, that's what we're hearing.
I was loudly yelling Cena sucks.
Just for the record. So you guys all know.
Yes. And then of course Travis Scott shows up and Cody gets retribution. Crossroads Travis Scott.
Did Cena do the 5 knuckle shuffle?
I don't
remember the 5
Yeah, but he like didn't do it all like fun because he didn't want to like give the crowd anything. Yeah. Like his whole thing
John.
That's why like he did like a generic intro with like his logo wasn't there.
I was a big fan of that.
I thought that was pretty cool too. But the match itself, like he was just trying to like put on a really boring match, and the unfortunate side effect of that is it turned out to be a pretty boring match. And here's another thing. Cena just can't fucking go anymore.
Yeah.
Like he's you're asking me to believe that Cody Rhodes, who 1 year ago defeated Roman Reigns, who was invincible. Okay, like could not be beaten, hadn't been pinned in 4 years or something. Like Cody Rhodes can beat that guy, but now a year later, Cody can't beat the guy
This is John Cena. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I know, but
he's like Thanos.
What are you talking about?
Like, this is like the number one big bad guy.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
He isn't anymore. Because he's been spending the last few years of his career showing up once or twice a year to put younger talent over. Like, we have seen Cena at WrestleMania in the last 3 years get beat and pinned handily by Solo Sikoa and Austin Theory.
Yeah, Austin Theory.
He's been training.
Both of those guys are now like way like nothings.
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy.
Also, you have to remember that Roman is Thanos. We had the Avengers Endgame moment last Mania where the Undertaker, John Cena, all showed up to help Cody defeat, right? Like, it's like
the Avengers defeated Thanos last year.
Yeah.
So who's after Thanos?
So if anything,
The Rock.
Yeah,
The Rock's the final boss.
Boss. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. John Cena.
He wasn't here.
John Cena is Kang, and they're gonna like recast him because he's like bad to women or something.
I thought he was Peacemaker.
They're pivoting to Doom. No, they have
Cena
to pivot
Peacemaker?
to Doom. Yeah, he is Peacemaker. That's good.
And Dom.
You ever watch that
brother.
show, Dan?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah. He fought the Ku Klux Klan, was the main villain of Peacemaker.
Wow.
They were kind of in Sinners too.
You watched that?
Yeah.
Bro, no spoilers. I'm about to see that. So
all right.
Oh shit. All right.
Great. Now I know the Ku Klux Klan is in it. That ruins it for me.
They show up in the first 20 minutes. Don't worry about it.
I didn't know that they were in it either. That is kind of
no. I mean, the trailer is like way racism, right? Like,
I didn't know the actual KKK was in it though.
Yeah.
Now
I'm going as soon as we hang up. Like, I got me in it.
Yeah, it's all your people are gonna be in it.
What? No, that's Logan's from Alabama. I'm a woke libtard from California, man.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, I think the dumbest moment of this whole match was Cody's holding the belt right after Cena almost hit him with the belt. And then Cena's like, no, don't hurt me. You're too good. And Cody's like, yeah, I am too good to use the belt I'm such a baby face. I could never hit you in the face, even though I've done stuff like this.
And this annoyed me because we just fucking did this with AJ like 2 matches ago. And
it sucked.
This
too.
always makes I never like this. It always makes the babyface look like a fucking loser. Do you remember when they did this with Bailey like years ago when she was still like Hugger Bailey?
Yeah.
And then like people hated that so much that they immediately turned her heel for the first time ever. Like it's not like the crowd doesn't want to see weak baby faces. Like the Stone Cold was a baby face and he fucking cheated. Like we're fine with that.
Yeah, I don't like when people like doing like my morality is better than yours. Like I have, like I'm better than you.
That.
Yeah, I really don't. Like that.
You did make me think of something about Stone Cold that I noticed, that Stone Cold was back with the finger flipping off.
I did notice that.
That is new. He used to just hold his hands up, right? Like, because even at the Mania, when he wrestled,
after Attitude Era, when like Raw went to like TV PG or whatever, like there were certain things like we weren't doing blood anymore. He wasn't allowed to do that. We weren't doing the
bullshit.
Suck It thing.
If you look at like the packages that they used to play, they would blur out his middle fingers. Yeah.
Well, that adds a whole new layer. I love that he was able to do it then on this time.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be wrestling. I was like, he's gonna take his shirt off and like show he still got it.
He didn't.
He wrestled in 2022 against Kevin Owens. It was a great match.
If you look at him, he's not in fighting shape. He's 60, man, and he's like thin, and I was
lives
like
off on his farm with his cats.
Yeah. I like that he was there, and I was like
Broken Skull Ranch.
Yeah. He turned down coming back with Cody. He was supposed to be in the Undertaker spot.
That's true.
Which would have been a bigger pop, I think. But,
you know what you could do? The Condemned, right?
Oh yeah, we could.
Is the second one with Randy Orton?
I think it is.
That would be.
You
Really
guys should
fun
do the
series.
Marine. Actually,
The Marine.
Oh,
we
yeah.
could do. Yeah.
The Miz is in a bunch of them.
Maybe
Yeah.
DiBiase might replace.
Yeah,
the Miz.
he's in one of. No, Miz replaces DiBiase.
Okay, I think the Miz is in a few of them then.
Yeah, Miz I think is in like 4 through 6 or something.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And I think Dean Ambrose, John Moxley might be in the third one.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got it enough to be leading the movie.
You're just saying that because he works for a fake company now.
No, that's a good point. I don't know. He's probably better than DiBiase as a lead.
Seth
Miles
Rollins
better.
Seth Rollins name checked.
Said Mox. I was so fucking excited. He said, like, you're alone now, Roman. You don't have Heyman. You don't have the Shield. You don't have Mox. And
wow.
Oh, amazing.
Wow, I didn't catch that. That's so cool.
So Cena wins his 17th world championship, and Ric Flair tweeted he was happy for him.
Even though we all know he wasn't.
I think he was.
He also tweeted he was happy for Charlotte. He said Charlotte's match was good.
Yeah.
So
well, Charlotte, I mean, is carrying his legacy. I mean, he's got to be proud of that.
Yeah.
I mean, who is his David Flair is probably the biggest disappointment he's ever fucking had.
Damn, take that back. We know David's listening right now, and he's going to be upset when he hears that.
Yeah. Didn't he pay for your WrestleMania? That's kind of rude.
Aussie Scott is actually David Flair.
I thought Ozzy Scott was Henry.
I know, I'm joking.
Henry's actually David.
Holy shit! I hosted a podcast with David Flair.
So overall, this Mania not as good as last one, but it's still Mania. Wrestling
were as good as last.
Last year is a top 5 Mania.
Yeah.
So
with WrestleMania 2, what else?
Shut up, WrestleMania 2.
people were saying it was a bad Mania. But I think there's good matches.
And here's the thing. Like I think if you can edit it to one night and just with the best matches, it's a great Mania. I think,
but that's not what it is though. So that's kind of bad.
I think there are like 6 good matches that you can point to, and that makes it a better.
But that's bad because there are 7 matches each night. So if you're saying there are only 6 good matches total with 7 matches each night.
Look, the ideal Mania is you want Jay beating Gunther, even though the match was just okay.
I liked Jade and Naomi, Fatu LA Knight, Tiffany Charlotte, the main event, the triple threat match, the Sin City Street fight, the Intercontinental Championship match, and then that's it. What was that, about 8 matches? That could be its own pay-per-view. Yeah. But sadly, we don't get to run the WWE. They do.
Yeah.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah, the game. The game is playing the game, and we're just here to
bow down to the king.
Wow. All right.
He came out twice in night 1, didn't he? I felt like he was there twice. Oh yeah, because he came out for the Hall of Fame
thing
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He spit the way he put the ring to the camera, and then he spit right in her face. That was awesome.
Yeah. I noticed that Typhoon forgot to put the ring to the camera. Everyone else did except for him. Yeah.
Damn. Triple H didn't even look at the camera. He didn't even acknowledge the camera. He was just like ring to the camera, and he was like looking off to the audience. He wasn't even looking at the camera.
I read that his Hall of Fame acceptance speech was an insane 1 hour and 10 minutes long.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot of like clips you can find of wrestlers falling asleep, and like there's Booker T asleep, and they showed Becky Lynch asleep, but they're like the smartest man there was Jay Uso was wearing the like Yeet glasses.
Oh, brilliant!
And they're like, awesome. He is out. They're like, drunk Jay Uso is slept through the whole thing and no one knows.
He's exhausted from clapping Naomi's cheeks.
That's his brother.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. What if Jay did that then?
Well, they are twins. Maybe they twin tricked her.
Oh yeah, twin magic.
Holy shit. Is that your favorite porn site, Twin Magic?
No, that's an old Bella Twins bit.
Oh, of course. My bad. My
Mhm.
bad, of course. All right. Well, anything else, guys? I have to run to the bathroom.
As someone with twin nieces, it would be very fucking weird if I was super into twin porn.
Yeah, I forget they're twins. I forget.
Yeah.
That. Twin
And
porn.
a
That is
brand
weird.
for you, Dano.
Shut up.
I will spoil sinners for you all over.
Oh, all right. We're gonna hang up.
No. Don't tell me that the Ku Klux Klan were bad guys.
Wait, what? No, I'm definitely not gonna go see it. They're the bad guys? That's how they're being depicted now? All right. Well, anything else, guys?
I'm going to low blow both of you right now.
Whoa.
Oh.